أهلا بيكم. النهاردة تحليلنا هيكون عن فصل كده، يعني بياخدنا جوه يوم كريسمس متوتر بشكل مش طبيعي خالص، من رواية امال عظيمة. بطل القصة بيب طفل صغير كده وشايل جواه سر تقيل قوي، والمفروض انه يوم احتفال بقى وفرحة وكده، لكن هو القلق مسيطر عليه تماما.
فعلا.
المصدر بتاعنا هو الفصل الرابع من الرواية، وهنحاول نفهم سوا ازاي الكاتب قدر يخلق الجو المشحون ده، وكمان بيكشف ايه عن طبيعة العلاقة بين الكبار والأطفال في الوقت ده.
بالظبط، الفصل ده فعلا عبقري في تصوير القلق بتاع الطفولة ده وسط عالم الكبار اللي مش دايما بيكون رحيم. يعني البيت نفسه، بيت الحداد جو، المفروض ده مكان أمان للطفل، لكن أخت بيب الست ميسيس جو دي بطباعها الحادة وهواسها بالنظافة، يعني نظافة حلوة طبعا
بس دي زيادة قوي،
زيادة لدرجة تخلي البيت مش مريح بالمرة، كأن الواحد ماشي على قشر بيض.
فعلا.
ده غير كمان الضيوف اللي جايين للعشاء، ودول بقى بيزودوا الإحساس بالترقب والخوف عند بيب.
اليوم بيبدأ وبيب يا حرام مرعوب، يعني بيحاول على قد ما يقدر يتجنب أخته دي، جوز أخته الراجل الطيب ده بيحاول يطمنه كده بإشارة سرية بينهم، صوابعه المتقاطعة دي كأنهم يعني متفقين سوا ضد قسوة ميسيس جو.
لفتة بسيطة بس بتفرق مع الطفل أكيد.
والفطار حتى كان يدوبك لقمة كده على السريع، كأن مفيش وقت لأي حاجة غير تحضير العشاء الكبير اللي جاي، اللي هو بقى فيه لحم خنزير مخلل وفراخ محشية وفطيرة لحم وبودنج، يعني وليمة.
النقطة بتاعت النظافة الزيادة دي مهمة قوي في شخصية ميسيس جو. بصي، هي مهووسة بيها لدرجة إنها بتخلي جو وبيب يقفوا بره البيت في البرد الصبح عشان ما تنظفوا.
معقول للدرجة دي؟
والله ممكن نشوف ده كرمز لرغبتها في السيطرة، أو ممكن يكون انعكاس لإحباطها هي في حياتها يعني. وحتى وصف لبسهم يوم العيد، الكاتب ديكنز بيوصف جو كأنه خيال مآتة، وبيب نفسه حاسس إنه مجرم صغير. ده بيورينا إزاي هم حاسين بعدم الانتماء حتى في يوم زي ده.
وحتى في الكنيسة، مكان المفروض الواحد يلاقي فيه سكينة كده، قلق بيوصل لأقصاه. إحساس الذنب بقى بسبب السرقة والخوف من الشاب اللي ساعده في المستنقعات، ده بيخليه خلاص على وشك إنه يروح يعترف للكاهن بكل حاجة.
هو غالبا مزيج بين الاتنين، يعني شعوره بالذنب ده حقيقي جدا، والطفل بيضخم الأمور شوية، وكمان الخوف المباشر من العقاب لو السر اتكشف. والكبار اللي حواليه مش بيرحموا، بيزودوا الإحساس ده، خصوصا الضيوف اللي بيوصلوا بعد الكنيسة.
الضيوف دول حكاية لوحدهم. مين بقى؟
عندك مستر ووبسل كاتب الكنيسة ده اللي صوته عالي ومبسوط بيه قوي، وعيلة هابل، والعم بامبلتشوك تاجر الغلال الغني المتعجرف ده،
اللي هو بيجيب نفس إزازتين النبيذ كل سنة كهدية.
بالظبط، نفس الإزازتين كل كريسمس. وجود الناس دي بيخلي العشاء مش مجرد عشاء،
لا، ده بيتحول لمشهد محاكمة صغيرة كده لبيب المسكين.
تماما. كلهم يمكن ما عدا جو الطيب طبعا بيوجهوا له كلام ونصايح يعني ناشفة قوي.
قاسية فعلا.
يعني وابسل وبامبلتشوك دول بيستغلوا أي فرصة حتى وهم بياكلوا لحم الخنزير عشان يدوا مواعظ لبيب عن الامتنان، وإنه لازم يحمد ربنا إنه مش naturally vicious.
التعبير ده شرير بطبعه، يا لطيف. ده لوحده بيكشف قد ايه النظرة للطفولة كانت قاسية وقتها.
بالظبط، كأن الطفل ده مشروع مجرم محتمل ولازم نقومه ونوبخه طول الوقت. وتعليقات بامبلتشوك الساخرة بقى عن إن بيب محظوظ إنه متولدش خنزير صغير، كلام قاسي جدا وبيجرح أي طفل.
وميسيس جو طبعا بتستغل الفرصة وتقعد تعدد كل المصايب اللي بيبقى عملها في حياتها.
هي لازم تشارك طبعا.
النقطة الوحيدة اللي فيها شوية رحمة في المشهد ده هي لما جو من غير كلام بيحاول يواسي بيب، مجرد انه بيزود له الصوص الجريفي يعني في طبقة زيادة شوية. لفتة بسيطة بس معناها كبير قوي وسط القسوة دي كلها.
اللفتة دي زي ما تكون طوق نجاة لبيب في اللحظة دي، بتنقذه نفسيا ولو لدقايق. لكن طبعا التوتر ما بيستمرش قليل، بيرجع يوصل للذروة تاني لما العم بامبلتشوك بيطلب يشرب براندي.
يا خبر. وهنا بقى المصيبة، بيب عارف كويس قوي انه بدل البراندي اللي سرقه حط ايه؟
حط مية قطران.
الكاتب هنا عبقري في حبس الأنفاس بجد. المشهد ده مرسوم بالملي.
الكل بقى مركز مع بامبل تشوك وهو بيشرب ومحدش فاهم حاجة، وفجأة الراجل بينفجر في كحة غريبة ويرقص راسه هستيرية ويجري بره البيت وهو بيزعق اطران.
موقف يعني كوميدي أسود قوي.
وبيب بينجب أعجوبة لأنه بامبل تشوك بعدها بيرفض يتكلم في الموضوع خالص وبيطلب جين سخن وخلاص كأنه شيئا لم يكن.
هو نجا من دي، لكن هل فعلا نجا؟ لا طبعا، لأن الخطر الأكبر لسه مستنيه. يعني بعد ما بياكلوا البودنج وبيب خلاص بيفتكر ان اليوم ممكن يعدي على خير اخيرا،
مسز جو تقرر بقى تختم اليوم بتقديم ايه؟ الفطيرة اللذيذة اللي بامبل تشوك جابها هدية،
واللي هي المفارقة، نفس الفطيرة اللي بيب كان سرقها عشان يديها للمجرم الهربان في المستنقعات.
هنا بقى بيب بينهار تماما، مش قادر يستحمل الضغط ده اكتر من كده، بيسيب الترابيزة وبيجري عشان يهرب من البيت كله، عايز يختفي.
بيفتح الباب عشان يجري وبيلاقي مين في وشه؟ مين؟
مجموعة جنود واقفين على الباب.
يا نهار ابيض.
ونهاية صادمة ومفتوحة تماما. واحد من الجنود بيمده لكلبشاته وبيقول له انت اهو يلا بسرعة.
الفصل بيقفل على المشهد ده بالظبط، وبيسيب القارئ كده متعلق ومش فاهم حاجة. يا ترى الجنود دول جايين عشان بيف فعلا؟ هل سرقته انكشفت بالسرعة دي ولا في حاجة تانية خالص؟
هو الأهم من الإجابة المباشرة على الأسئلة دي السؤال الأعمق اللي الموقف ده بيطرحه. يعني لحد فين ممكن نظرة الكبار القاسية دي وأحكامهم المستمرة على الطفل تشكل إحساسه بالذنب وتخليه يتوقع الأسوأ دايما،
فعلا
حتى لو هو مش مقصود بالعقاب أصلا. ده اللي بيخلينا نفكر في تأثير البيئة اللي حوالين الطفل على نفسيته وعلى فهمه للصح والغلط، خصوصا هو شايل جواه سر كبير زي ده.
نقطة مهمة جدا للتفكير فعلا، ازاي الخوف والذنب ونظرة الآخرين ممكن يشكلوا واقع الطفل بالكامل.
Okay, let's unpack this. You know that feeling, right? Walking into a family Christmas dinner.
Oh yeah.
It can sometimes feel like stepping onto a stage set for a drama you didn't exactly sign up for.
Definitely.
Now imagine that, but layered with something big, like a recent robbery.
Right. And it's interesting how those big family get-togethers, the ones that are supposed to be all joy and harmony, they can actually act like, well, magnifying glasses. They show off all the little cracks, the fault lines in the family.
Exactly. It's when you expect peace that sometimes things bubble up.
Precisely.
So for this deep dive, we're looking at some excerpts from a text, giving us this amazing, like, fly-on-the-wall view of one specific Christmas day. Think of it as eavesdropping, maybe, on a gathering where the festive cheer is. Well, let's just say it's looking a bit strained.
A little thin, maybe.
Yeah. Our goal today is really to get into this seemingly ordinary day and figure out what it tells us about these people, their relationships, you know, the whole web.
Exactly. We need to look at the small things, the nuances, the stuff left unsaid, those anxieties just under the surface.
Those moments when the Christmas spirit kind of flickers out.
Right. That's when you glimpse the reality underneath.
Okay, so the day starts and our narrator, he's in this weird spot. There's been this robbery, but nothing.
Yeah, it's quiet.
An almost unsettling calm. No big fuss, no police running around. It feels heavy, doesn't it?
That unexpected calm is really telling, I think. You've got Mrs. Joe just throwing herself into the Christmas prep, cleaning like mad.
Is that just, you know, keeping busy?
Well, it could be more than that. Maybe it's a way to create normalcy, to, like, push away the disruption of the robbery.
Focusing on order? A defense mechanism, maybe?
Could be. A subconscious thing, perhaps? Controlling the controllable when something big and uncontrollable happens.
And poor Joe, he's practically tiptoeing around her while she's on this cleaning rampage.
Yeah, the text makes it sound like this is pretty standard for them.
Right, it says, his destiny always led him sooner or later when my sister was vigorously reaping the floors. It paints such a clear picture.
It really does. It shows that dynamic they have. She's the force, all about order and appearances, and he's navigating her moods.
Reacting.
Exactly. And that's the backdrop for the whole day.
Okay, so then we get the Christmas greetings. Not exactly warm and fuzzy, are they?
Not at all.
Mrs. Joe Sharp. And where the deuce have you been? That sets a tone.
A frosty one, yeah. And then she complains about being a slave with her apron never off.
Implying she's stuck doing chores while others might be off enjoying carols or something.
Right. There's a real sense of dissatisfaction there. Like she feels burdened,
Yeah.
maybe undervalued. trapped even.
And Joe's reaction, it's all nonverbal, isn't it? He gives this little sort of placating nod, and then secretly, him and the narrator, they do the crossed fingers thing.
Their code for she's in a mood.
Yeah, and the text compares it to monumental crusaders as to their legs, which is a funny way of saying they do it a lot.
It really highlights that constant tension, doesn't it? That they need this secret signal. It suggests her temper isn't just a one-off, it's expected.
Something they have to manage. Okay, so despite all this tension, the dinner they have planned sounds amazing.
Oh yeah, pickled pork, stuffed birds, mince pie, pudding. Sounds superb.
Like a proper feast.
It creates that expectation, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But then you look at their actual breakfast earlier.
What about it?
It's served super fast, like feeding troops on a march, the text says. No warmth, no ceremony.
Huh. So a big gap between the plan and the reality of the morning.
A really stark contrast, yeah. Very telling.
And then there's Mrs. Joe's cleaning obsession. That state parlor gets unveiled.
Right, usually kept under wraps, covered in silver paper.
But it sounds less festive, more rigid, like a museum exhibit.
Exactly. And that line about her cleanliness being more uncomfortable and unacceptable than dirt itself.
Oof, yeah. And the 4 identical ceramic poodles.
It all points to this really strict, almost suffocating need for order, doesn't it? Like appearance is everything.
More important than comfort, maybe?
It seems that way. That parlor is a symbol, not a living space.
So, because Mrs. Joe's so busy with all this, she sends the narrator and Joe to church for her.
Sort of by proxy, yeah.
And the description of Joe in his Sunday best, it's kind of sad.
More like a scarecrow in good circumstances.
Yeah. It really shows how uncomfortable he is outside his usual work clothes, his usual setting.
It definitely hints at those social pressures, maybe feeling out of place in more formal situations.
But the real drama here is internal, isn't it, with the narrator?
Oh, absolutely. During church.
He's wrestling with this wicked secret, which we assume is about the robbery, the food he took.
Right. And he's terrified of getting caught. The guilt is huge.
So much so that he actually considers confessing. During the reading of the banns, no less?
Can you imagine? It just shows the sheer weight of it all, this dark cloud hanging over him, even in church. He's desperate.
Okay, so back at the house, the guests start showing up. Quite the cast of characters.
You've got Mr. Wopsle.
The church clerk. Very proud of his voice.
That's him. Then Mr. and Mrs. Hubble, who seem a bit, well, just there.
And Uncle Pumblechook. Mrs. Joe's uncle, but sort of claimed by her.
Yes, the corn chandler.
Yeah.
And his arrival is something else.
It's like a little performance, isn't it? Every year, same words, same 2 bottles of wine.
Carried like dumbbells.
Yeah. And that question to the narrator, how's 6 north of halfpence?
So condescending, like the boy is just loose change.
It really shows a lack of any real interest in him as a person, doesn't it? Just going through the motions.
Absolutely. A social ritual, nothing more.
And the whole atmosphere, even though they're calling it splendid, you feel that unease, right?
Oh, definitely. Polite smiles on the surface.
But underneath.
Simmering tensions. Just waiting. Standard social stuff sometimes, isn't it? Keep up appearances.
Until dinner starts. And then, wow, poor narrator.
Yeah, the conversation pretty much targets him the whole time.
It becomes like a trial. You've got Wopsle holding forth about sermons.
Very theatrical.
And then everyone piling on about gratitude. Or the lack of it in the young.
Mrs. Joe, Pumblechook, even Mrs. Hubble chipping in. Why is it that the young are never grateful?
Naturally vicious. Just brutal.
It really turns into this platform for moralizing, doesn't it? With him as the designated sinner. Shows the attitudes of the time, maybe?
But one bit of relief seems to come from Joe.
Ah, yes. The gravy.
Just quietly offering him more gravy. It's such a small thing, but...
It speaks volumes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In that environment, a silent gesture like that means a lot. Shows he cares.
Then somehow the conversation shifts to pork. Of all things.
And even that becomes a weapon against the narrator.
It's almost surreal comparing him to a pig, a 4-footed squeaker.
And saying what's bad in a pig is worse in a boy. That's pretty harsh. Grim, even.
It feels designed to just crush him, doesn't it? Dehumanizing, like you said.
Definitely amplifying the threat, making him feel small and worthless.
Okay, so just when you think it can't get any more tense.
Brandy time.
Uncle Pumblechook's special brandy, which isn't quite brandy anymore thanks to the narrator's earlier panic.
Right. He swapped it out with tar water.
Man, the narrator must have been sweating bullets watching Pumblechook get ready to drink that.
The suspense, the fear of exposure is just palpable there. His secret is about to come out in a very, very public way.
And then Pumblechook drinks it, and the reaction is, well, dramatic.
That appalling spasmodic whooping cough dance.
Followed by just one word, tar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The narrator realizing he's basically poisoned the guy accidentally.
Yeah,
It's almost slapstick, but the fear behind it is real.
totally. He must be terrified.
It's this weird mix of farcical and genuinely scary for him. His attempt to hide one thing has blown up into something else entirely.
So after that chaos, things calm down a bit for the pudding. A brief pause.
A moment to breathe, maybe?
But it doesn't last long, because Mrs. Joe brings out Uncle Pumblechook's delightful and delicious present.
The savory pork pie.
And you just know, for the narrator, this is the final straw.
Oh, yeah. That pie becomes this huge symbol of everything he did wrong, everything he's afraid of.
The connection to the food he stole earlier.
Exactly. It triggers this absolute need to escape. He can't take it anymore.
And the description builds that panic so well. Pumblechook balancing his knife.
Wopsle suddenly looking hungry again.
Mr. Hubble commenting on the pie. It's all closing in.
You feel his heart pounding, just desperate.
And then he just runs, makes a break for the front door.
Only to run smack into.
A group of soldiers. Talk about out of the frying pan, into the fire.
What an ending to the scene. A total cliffhanger. Who are they? What do they want?
So this Christmas dinner, it ends so abruptly, so unexpectedly, and we're left with this really strong picture, aren't we?
Absolutely. The anxiety, the judgment, the narrator's guilt and fear just radiating off the page.
Definitely not your peaceful, cozy family Christmas.
Not even close. It's a snapshot of a family just simmering with tension, lacking real warmth. And it makes you wonder,
What's underneath it all?
yeah, what are the deeper reasons for this? Are there secrets, past hurts feeding into this?
And what does it say about, society back then? How kids were treated, the expectations?
Good questions. And while it's one specific story, you see echoes, don't you?
Oh, for sure. Awkward family gatherings, feeling judged, unspoken stuff hanging in the air.
These are pretty universal human things, I think. It resonates.
It's a powerful reminder, isn't it? That even festive times meant for connection.
They can expose the really complicated, sometimes uncomfortable truths about our relationships.
Makes you think about the dynamics in other stories, maybe even in our own lives, right? What's really going on beneath the surface of those ordinary moments?
Exactly. What unspoken things might be shaping the interactions we see, or even the ones we're part of. Something to definitely mull over.